I had a talk with my father from my family of origin, and it was, to put it bluntly, strange. I joined my Elay, and the work I've done over the past 7 years to get here is very much about my healing from generational curses and childhood trauma. I sought this path and the Orisha of Bathala to give me peace. It was an unconscious seeking, but then again, that is what Ori is, your internal compass. I'm just glad and grateful that it wasn't too late to listen. A few days after my 40th birthday, he called me. It was the typical exchange. However, the perspective I had during the phone call shifted. I was now aware of his damage, and I knew bits and pieces that I gleaned from others about my father. However, he's always been putting up a facade with me, and essentially he's a clinical narcissist. During the course and flow of the conversation, when I didn't respond to his cues, I noticed the gears turning as he fumbled to find the right button to push. Today, I feel like I saw the real him, and it was pathetic. An emotionally manipulative man who constantly puts his needs over his family's and his children. I have been healing from the enmeshment that I didn't know I had, and therapists also call it covert emotional incest. The one person I needed and clung to after my mother's death left me at a gas station at 14 and never looked back. Also never apologized. After several peace baths and a conversation with my padrino, who I consider my real father, next to a Batala himself, I realized that I have been raised in a toxic environment, and I am a survivor who broke the cycle. I raised myself, and of that I can be proud that I survived, and knowing that, I also know that I'm beyond worthy and more than adequate. I don't need anything. I am not lacking anything. The strength of my rebirth is fearsome and awesome, and I will never make myself small ever again. I am the source of my own validation. I am the source of my own worth. I am the source of love and creation itself. I am creativity. I am beauty, and I am magic. Finger guns. Real talk, though, this is a problem that is stretched in my ego for probably a couple hundreds of years, if not more than that. Not that there is anything wrong with having struggles and having problems, but giving up into them and hurting the people around you instead of owning your own stuff and breaking those cycles does not help you, your family, or the world. Having to sit and meditate on this stuff and to see these patterns play out before me in a way that I couldn't get perspective on before makes me realize that these patterns have been also a way of subconscious programming. In my relationships after I've left my family of origin, you kind of return to the nest and you go and do what you know. So I would end up in relationships where somebody had issues they weren't taking care of, and I would have to people please and I would have to put myself second in order to take care of another person. And post going through what I've gone through and looking back at my life, I'm realizing that a big part of that pattern was trying to seek something outside of myself in order to give me validation and love. So, I'll be in a partnership with someone who's toxic because I feel like I deserve that and quote unquote this person loves me. But that's not true. We are whole and complete people the way we are. We come here with a destiny and a purpose, whatever that is, and it's up to us to take responsibility for ourselves and our lives and shape how we want our paths to be. If we want to be in line with our blessings and with growth and in line with our futures, we cannot continue old stale patterns from the past that don't work. We cannot continue to, have these attachments that mirror old attachments. Because one of the things I have learned is that until you learn your lesson, life will continue to put itself on repeat. And the places will change and the names will change, but it will be the same thing over and over and over until you decide to stop. And 7 years ago, when I prayed to literal chaos and found myself at a lukumi house, I decided, no matter how wacky and crazy things were, that I was done with my old life and that it was time to change. And Madupwe Mafedafun, here I am. So that's my big update in the Awo blog. I hope this is helpful for people, and I don't know. Peace.